Adult polyglucosan body disease, APBD, is a late-onset, slowly progressive, autosomal recessive neurological disorder that robs its victims of their ability to walk, speak, think, and function normally. The disease typically afflicts men and women over age 40, particularly of Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry.
יש לי 3 ילדים קטנים. פעם נהגתי פשוט לשחק איתם, לרקוד איתם, כדורגל, כדורסל, כמו כל אבא. היום המצב הוא אחר לגמרי. הכל בסלואו מושן. היום אני במצב שאפילו ללמד את הילד שלי לרכב על אופניים, מצריך ממני מאמץ, ואפילו לבקש מאנשים אחרים שיעשו את זה בשבילי.
Adult polyglucosan body disease, or APBD, is a disease caused by accumulation of glycogen which generates non-soluble glycogen bodies. The cause of the disease is a malfunction of the glycogen branching enzyme, which allows glycogen to be soluble. When this enzyme is deficient, glycogen generates long chains which stack together and clog neurons. This is why the disease affects mainly neurons. Neuronal transmission is not possible when the neuron is clogged, and this is the cause of the disease.
Since many of these symptoms are also present in more prevalent conditions, such as prostate cancer, dementia, ALS, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis, the diagnosis of APBD is often missed.
Many men which have urinary problems, they become diagnosed to have prostatic problems and sometimes have prostatic operations which do not help.
The number of people living with APBD is undetermined. Moreover, once patients are finally properly diagnosed, the cause of the disease's late clinical onset and unpredictable clinical trajectory are still not understood. Most crucially, no effective therapeutic options exist for patients with this relentlessly progressive disease. The Adult Polyglucosan Body Disease Research Foundation is the only national nonprofit organization dedicated solely to finding the cause and cure for APBD.
Our aims are two. First of all, to delineate the clinical and genetic findings of the natural history of the APBD, and therefore we contact with patients in Israel and abroad who suffer from APBD. The other branch of our specific interest is establishing a cellular model for APBD. Over the last 1.5 years, we have successfully established a cellular model of this disease, and currently we are involved in finding cure for this disease through manipulations of these cellular models.
With a focus on collaborative and multidisciplinary work, the APBDRF has built a portfolio of incomparable, basic translational and clinical investigations. These projects are led by preeminent investigators in their respective fields and conducted in first-rate research environments.
Research is done at 3 levels. We in Hadassah test all the therapeutics in a neuronal model of the disease, in which the branching enzyme has been repressed artificially. In the United States, in New York, they test the same therapeutics in mouse models of the disease. So we try to test if what works in the neuronal model also works at the level of the whole animal, the mouse. And the third model that we used is cells which are derived from APBD patients. And this is maybe closest to the disease because it's a cell which is derived from a real patient. Our research focuses on 3 directions. Number 1, we try to clear neurons of polyglucosan bodies and try to enhance glycogen branching on the one hand and decrease or inhibit glycogen synthesis on the other hand. This balance will eventually affect the level of polyglucosan bodies in the cell.
These findings will not only advance treatment of this rare disease, Our current understanding of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and many other prevalent neurodegenerative disorders is based almost exclusively on rare syndromes like APBD, where a small subgroup of patients exhibits a single gene defect.
Polyglucosan bodies are found in many other diseases and also in aging per se. So if we find a way to clear cells of polyglucosan aggregates, this is going to help not only APBD, but also Alzheimer and also aging. So this is why this research is very relevant to many different diseases.
אני חושש מלהגיע למצב שבו התפקוד שלי יהיה בלתי אפשרי, שלא יתפקד, לא ילך, יש בי איזו אופטימיות שדברים ישתנו בקרוב.
In Hadassah and the Department of Neurology, we are committed to providing the best medical treatment as well as performing cutting edge to find solutions for diseases. Neurometabolic diseases such as adult polyglucosan body disease are rare, and therefore it is very difficult to find funding for performing such research that is intended to find solutions, clinical solutions. But thanks to the APBD Research Foundation, research has progressed, and we are on the verge of finding a medical solution, possibly, to treat patients with this disease. We are very excited from this, and we hope that this will continue and find its way into clinical reality.
My personal involvement with APBD has started sometime in 1991 when I was part of the team that diagnosed the first 2 APBD patients in Israel. Since then, I am in personal contact with all APBD patients in Israel and with many APBD patients all around the world. I'm very happy to be part of APBD-RF. I'm very honored to be part of the scientists in Canada, in the States, in Europe, and here in Israel. And I strongly believe that we are on verge of identifying the therapy for this progressive and difficult disorder.
Research on APBD has been going on only for about a year. During this relatively short period of time, we have made tremendous achievements, mainly thanks to close collaboration between the groups that work together. However, there is still a lot of work to do, and I believe that with your support, we will be able to move forward towards finding a cure to APBD.